Well, it's the architect. Man, oh man, young Simba done went out there and couldn't survive the stampede. Boy, oh boy, Sergey Kovalev puts Anthony Yarde on his behind in the 11th round with the jab. And Anthony Yarde couldn't answer the bell, man. Well, I mean, this fight to me wasn't super hard to predict. You know, which round would it be? I don't know. Maybe I figured it was going to be a little earlier, maybe the 9th. But I figured Sergey Kovalev would start to wear Anthony Yarde down and get him out of there. And that's what happened. You know, Anthony Yarde went into the fight, as we all know. Or if you don't know, he went into the fight having fought anybody of notoriety. And he's going to jump right in with Sergey Kovalev, a ton of experience, a good boxer. And listen, Sergey Kovalev was there to be had. He was there. I mean, I'm watching the fight. Sergey Kovalev, man, if Anthony Yarde had enough experience and win, I mean, Anthony Yarde, man, his gas tank was terrible. I mean, I can't remember which round it was. I got to watch it again, but around, I don't know, maybe the 7th or something like that, Anthony Yarde started putting some serious punishment on Sergey Kovalev, and the body shots was what was doing it. And listen, there's a blueprint out to beat Sergey Kovalev at this point. The foundation has already been laid. And Anthony Yarde, technically, man, I saw that he had the tools to get the job done. What was making me upset was the whole time during like the first half of the fight, I'm like, yo, where's Anthony Yarde's body work? Everybody keeps talking about all the body work that Anthony Yarde be doing and stuff like that. I mean, I felt like he was a little too cautious in the first half of the fight. And I felt like if he would have went to the body a little bit earlier, I mean, he possibly could have got Kovalev out of there. And I thought it was too much unnecessary movement in them early rounds. You know, I know he was probably trying to respect, you know, the power and whatever. But listen, you jumped into this game like that. You jumped into this fight, I should say. And you got to be willing to get in there and get dirty because, like I said, the blueprint has already been laid by Andre Ward, laid at Alvarez in the first fight. Continued what Andre Ward started and finished in the first 2 fights they had. And, yeah, I mean, experience played a big role, man. You know, and if it's true that Anthony Yarde does not spar, that means Anthony Yarde doesn't have an extensive amateur career. Anthony Yarde hasn't fought anybody until today as a pro that was any good. And he don't spar. So where's he getting the good quality work in to become a better fighter? And if all of those things are true that he isn't doing or hasn't done, then I'm gonna give some credit to how naturally gifted Anthony Yarde is because I've seen some things. He has fairly good instincts. I mean, he does get hit and keeps his hands a little too low, which isn't cool. I mean, unless you're somebody who's been fighting, you know, very young like Roy Jones or Floyd Mayweather or something like that, them instincts ain't going to be quite as sharp for you to be having your hands down and moving and all that type of stuff and your head moving because it's just not natural to you at this point. Listen, Sergey Kovalev came out, you know, he looked like he was a little thrown off in the first, I'd say about 2 rounds because Anthony Yarde, you know, he presented some good things. You know, he had solid movement. His counter was pretty good early. And Kovalev had to think. He definitely had to think. You know, it wasn't an easy fight. This fight has a lot of good action, especially when it picked up around the mid round. Some good action, back and forth action. But man, Anthony Yarde, mouth was open this whole second half of the fight. Really, he started having his mouth open around the 4th round. And I was like, boy, that gas tank is going to be running on E real soon. And it's going to be a problem. I figured, Kovalev would start to wear him down, make some adjustments. But this is before the fight. I felt like that was going to happen. And he was going to get him out of there probably around, like I said, round 9. But, it took a couple more rounds. Like I said, Sergey Kovalev is 36 years old, man. Tonight, he was ready to be had. But once he knew he wasn't going to get got, he turned up and he knocked him out with a jab. And the jab wasn't more so probably because, matter of fact, I know I wasn't in there and I can't speak for him, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't because Anthony Yarde was just hurt. Anthony Yarde got tagged, got floored, and was just too tired to get back up, man. But listen, it was a learning experience for Anthony Yarde. He needs to go back, reevaluate how he's doing his training camps. He needs to fight solid fighters, no scrubs. Don't necessarily jump in with a top guy, one of the top, 3 or 4 dudes, but fight somebody around the, the bottom half of the top 10. I don't think he should be fighting just any old person anymore at this point. I mean, he put up a solid fight, you know what I mean? Experience, this is what happens now. He got in there with a real one, and experience taught him a lesson. I think he has the ability to bounce back, but UK fighters right now, man, they taking a lot of L's. They looking bad out here, and especially these muscle-bound UK dudes, man. Like, I don't know, y'all gotta think something out, man, because these dudes, they all be getting tired. They all be looking stressed out after about round 5, and these things ain't looking too great. But listen, man, it was a very good, solid fight. I watched it. Listen to Marlo's Corner. Check Marlo's Corner out, man. Great videos and documentaries and stuff like that being put out, and the best commentary on Marlo's Corner by everybody. And Trey X calls the fights better than anybody in the game. Let me get that out there. But yeah, man. Hopefully, Anthony, y'all can get it together. I like the way I like some of the things I've seen, and hopefully, he can improve upon that. His career shouldn't be over. Take this, learn a lot from it, make some adjustments, and then come on back in there, man. It's the Architect. I'm out this joint.